a lot of people should never give them a chance because, you know, financial restraints or whether the demographics fly, they're just never given a equal chance to maybe come up. And in this system that we have here, everybody's given an equal chance to be part of what's going on. Everybody's vote and everybody's say is just more powerful, or is just as powerful as anyone else. You can come in here and have the same say. I mean, most of the time you probably, if you were to go to one of our TAs, you see that you should stand aside because we don't know what we're talking about to do that. But the people that want to have a vote too, and I just think it's amazing what I've witnessed over the last 58 days since I've been occupying. I turned down an accident to work my way up here. What I've seen from this movement, and I can't wait to see where it goes. And if that doesn't look like I'm staying in this camp anymore, then that means that we've got to move on and do something else with it. My mom asked me the other day, because she's her boyfriend's the Tea Party, and she's Republican, and they are totally, I haven't talked to her for months because I didn't want to discuss what I'm doing with my life. She just kind of kindly asked, so how many occupies have you been to? Like you were asking me how many drugs I did when I was a teenager or something, you know, like, how many occupies have you been to? And I was like, oh, you know, 2. Like, she's like, yeah, well, what do you want? Like, it was always like, it was like a point of conversation, and so I told her, I said, I want information, I want the people to be able to vote again and have a say-so. I want this whole idea that any one person is more worth something else based upon how much their parents had or how much where they came from or anything else. Like, I don't think that the people are getting a fair enough chance. I said, I want my son to have a future. That's what I want. I don't see, she's like, well, do you see what you're doing right now? Like, what changes are you making around this? Like, you know, I see a change in people's attitudes every day. I stand out there waiting for people to wake up because I know that if just one person wakes up and realizes what's really going on, then all the better. I read my son a book yesterday. It was, you know, like the 3 Little Pigs, but it was like written about, you know, like Dick Cheney and George W. Yeah, it's just what an insult to pigs. He brought it over to me, and it was like 3 Little Pigs. Like the big bad wolf was, you know, Bin Laden, and they're talking about winds of mass destruction. You know, it was awesome. Yeah, he was like portrayed as the big bad wolf. And I read my 4-year-old. I was like, you know, this might be a little over your head. He's like, I want you to read it to me. I read the whole thing to him. You know, and like I'm just like, where else? Like finally, I give him a floor to like raise my child and not hold the wool over his eyes and just introduce him to this world where everyone else is on the same page as him. There's no hiding anything anymore. He's free to make his own decisions, his own choices. He's free to look at the world and make his judgments on it and not be told this is how it is and just be lied to or pushed aside. You know, I'm happy because I feel like here my child has a future. And without this, you know, this movement and these people and what we're all awakening to, we just have one future. And you know, I'm a homeless woman. I've been homeless for 10 years. I used to pay my taxes, and I paid my insurance, and society spit me out. I got in a bad car accident, and eventually I lost my home, and I lost everything, and my job. I used to work for Amazon.com. And this is me realizing that I'm not going back to that system anymore. I'm not going to try. My mom said, when are you going to settle down again? And I was like, Mom, I'm settled. I'm down. Like, I realize, like, what's going on. I'm as down as I'm going to get, and I don't know, like, I feel like if I can endure this, because this is sometimes hell to be here, just with all the chaos that goes on here, but it's also heaven at other times. There's the beauty of what's coming out of it, and, like, the people, and of course, you're going to have to deal with the problems of disease society. That's what we're picking up after, is the disease society, the remnants of it. All these people are affected by that, afflicted, if you will, by the dis-ease. But here we are together, and I've seen that entire road over there is recovery people. Homeless people in recovery right now, we call it recovery alley, trying to not be on drugs and use that as a method of escape, or just helping each other and supporting each other. So that's money that's saving the Alcoholics Anonymous people. You know, we're doing it ourselves. The money that they're not going to ER because we're dealing with it ourselves. People that just come out the streets that aren't even part of Occupy because we take everybody. I can't imagine how much money that we've cost the city, but I know how much money we've saved. I've seen it. Cops, you know, one of the cops came up to one of our one of our people, AJ, here, he just saw walking by, and he said, thank you. And I was like, for what? And he goes, because of what you guys are doing out here. The crime downtown is almost nil. There's no drug sales down on the corner of Broadway and Willamette. There's no people hanging out down there. It's just, he said, you take away the problem that we haven't been able to deal with for 15 years. We've had a problem downtown, and now it's better just because of what we're doing here, giving people an outlet. No, they're just going to look at how much money are you costing the city. And I would really encourage you to really think about all like the little things that we're doing, that you're keeping people out of trouble, off of drugs, off of the streets, giving people that were having problems doing that kind of thing, a safe environment to with each other. I'm really seeing that. Every person I talk to in the hospitality booth, every person that comes in, I say, what do you need? So what committee are you on? And the first one, like, committee? They're like, what do you mean? I'm not on the committee. I'm like, well, that's okay. Don't worry. There's still time, you know? You, too, can be part of this. Want to chat? Committee list. And I get up to the sign up, for the sobriety support, even as especially if they're a drug user or something. I'm going to put you on the sobriety support committee. And make you go to one of those meetings so that you can come back and get our suspends or everything else that we have. If you want to be part of this, I've made it so that you have to at least say you're part of it.
I'm going to put this in your pocket so you don't lose it.
There's small enough people here that I just felt like my vision is if I could just make a personal contact with every single person that really wants to come up here and do something and be part of what we're doing, so everybody that comes to this camp will eventually need something. They're eventually going to come. And the ones that are just showing up are usually like the ones with stuff all over. And I'm like, well, you can do something for me. You can come in here and help me organize because I need organization. Let's face it, people that use methamphetamines are good organizers. They like to do that sort of thing. It's what they're good at. So if you just take something that a person is good at and you don't take it as a bad situation, you harness that power. That's what Hitler did. I mean, Hitler just gave all his treatment to us and said, go for it, right? So there they were. And I'm not suggesting that's what we're doing, but they're already doing that to themselves. And if you could use that and not look at just a bad in a person, but actually see like each person for their worth. I mean, it's not how much they afford to pay for their education or how much their parents pay. You can just see somebody and tell them that they're worth something. Maybe nobody's ever told them that. I get a lot of people up here that are like, I can help? Do you want me to help? Are you serious? Like, I thought you guys didn't do what I should. That's what we should do. Oh, we're not trying to harm anybody, or I'm not trying to get in your guys' way. I'm like, what do you mean, you guys? You are us. Like, I tell these people, they're like, well, no, I'm just camping here. I'm like, no, you don't have to just be camping here. You can be part of this movement too, you know? It's just like waking people up that are even here to the idea that they can be part of something bigger than, and it happens every day. Gradually, it happens. You know, if we were out of control as a population here, we would have been out of control. Right? It would have been a bonfire, a party, Burning Man or something, and over and over. You know, we're out here, and I mean, like I said, I'm a mother, and I'm out here 60 hours a week at least, and I have a place to live. So I'm off site too, but I come here, I'm driven here every day. He's here with my girl and child every day.
I live in Bonita. Oh, wow. Is that going to help you in here, or you change your way?
I don't know about the size.
Yeah.
For us to get there, but I'd like a real estimate on like what we've saved the city and how many lives that we've saved and what we've done out here for the people that Eugene put up in time, because something's happening. And I can't tell you exactly what it is in 30 words or less, but you can feel it when you see the look in people's eyes. When you go out here and you talk to people, and people that are usually all by themselves, grumpy, or would be in their house all over in Bonita, for example, they're walking on the same street, and they're talking to each other, and they're meeting eye to eye, and experiencing reality for what this is, whatever it is. It's like I said, it's not always the prettiest sight, but it's something. If we weren't in like the notoriously worst part of Eugene, which I think was sort of a ploy by the city to say, okay, you want a park? You can have that one over there. The ones that are all the meth heads, junkies are already at. Go live with them. And we did. And this is what we're dealing with because of it. I mean, if we weren't, he didn't put us in a district, not you, but if they didn't put us in a district where that already existed, and we just were their neighbors now, of course we're going to have to deal with that. And of course it's going to make us look bad. But like Janelle said a couple weeks ago with that guy Eugene, it's an enormous problem. It happens everywhere. The only reason that we're talking about it is it happens here. It's a sad truth, but it's going to happen. If we weren't here, it'd be happening to us first, whether we were here or not, right? A lot of these things would be happening here. How much money are we saving the city by putting those porta potties out there? You know, the city just came and put a dumpster there. We didn't have to, right? We were hauling our own trash, so that can't be figured in with what we're talking to the city. That fence out there, we're paying that $1,000. You know, we're a self-sustaining movement. And what we really want to do once we're not afraid of all of this going away and all of our hard work going nothing, we want to build a demonstration on how to be more self-sustaining for people, so that this can be a model to go out to other places and say, well, you want something to do with your homeless people? Here. Eugene could be a model for the whole world, because we have it. The people that are in this town want that enough to where it could be a really beautiful thing, or it could be a really big waste of time.